Visualization meditation will have a different impact. Then again, sound meditation will have a different impact. Then again, meditating on God or particular say a image or almighty or formless God, see, whatever you meditate on will have a different impact on your mind, and it will discipline your mind in that particular way. And if you combine it with a yogasana, again that will bring out a different outcome. The journey is obviously towards transcending, okay, uplifting and reaching your highest wisdom. But then this will, in the journey process, leave your body, mind and soul with a different impact. So you have to be very careful. That's why I always say, like many of my clients, they are very particular about their food habits, and I make sure that no, you have to change your food habits at least for that particular time when you are practicing a certain kind of disciplining action. You cannot give contradictory foods, you cannot give contradictory feed, like you're giving your mind some other food, your body some other food, and your stomach some different food. No, this will completely go wrong. The outcome will not be as you expect. And even if you say, suppose you do a very restrictive or some kind of a hatha yoga asana, or you do some very strong yoga asana, this will, what will happen is you're forcefully trying to discipline your body and mind when your intake is completely wrong. So you're not being able to concentrate. Then what happens is people go for more strong kind of asanas, and they increase their time duration, in order to forcefully, and the body posture is very, very restrictive, like they take stern, their muscles are strained, and once your muscles are strained and you're going and your body posture is very, very, say, stern and restrictive, then you're applying force. Here this is a sort of hatha yoga, and in this what happens is, maybe for a short period of time you can achieve some sort of what you call a spiritual change. You can feel that your mind is completely cut off from the outside world, but the fact is this outcome is very, very short lived, and this is harmful also, and this can be dangerous also. This is something I absolutely recommend. Do not go for something without any guidance. And even if you choose to do a self practice, make sure you do it in the correct way, and do not send mixed signals to your mind. Do not send mixed signals to your body and brain. The signal that you're sending your brain, this will talk to each part, each cell of your body and convey your message. The message should be one. Then only the alignment will take place, and your body, mind and soul will get aligned, and your frequency that are broken already will be united in one sync. Meditate on the Almighty. Increased duration of your meditation, what happens is the food should be such that will complement that increased duration. You understanding? Now, previously I was talking about the food that will complement your journey of meditation. Now I am talking about the food that will complement the duration, that at one point of time, for how long are you sitting? Is it for 20 minutes or 40 minutes, on 1 hour or 1.5 hours? Depending on how long your body has now reached a point where it can increase the duration. I'm talking about that stage, then your food intake will have to change. So this change has to be very, very subtle and very, very gradual. No sudden jerks. Please make sure, I repeat, no sudden jerks. Whenever you go for any sort of change in your food, it should be very gradual. Do not give certain jerks to your body. This can be really dangerous, because see, this will firstly send a wrong signal to your mind. This will hamper your journey of meditation. You will not realize it at first, but the outcome will be short-lived, and this will have an impact because your mind slowly then becomes immune. And once your mind begins to get immune, this what happens, the impact what you're having will become less. This I keep repeating this. if you immune your mind for something, the impact that you see for first time whenever you watch, say you're watching a movie or a particular thing, for the first time it will have a different impact. And you watch the movie from the second and third time, it will have a different impact. So similarly, in meditation and especially any sort of spiritual activity you're getting involved in, say a crystal theory, if you're doing a crystal meditation, you have to make sure that the first stone which you are interacting with, it has to go very smooth and in sync with your frequency. Once you begin to, take the radiation from the stone and you exchange you transmit the negative energy out and take in the healing energy from the stone. If you once do it carelessly, second time you do it with some sort of attention and like 50% attention and then 50% your mind is somewhere else, third time you do it, the impact will gradually go slow, because you're sending your mind a particular kind of message unknowingly and knowingly. One message you're sending knowingly, that yes, I'm doing some sort of spiritual activity and I'll gain benefit out of it, and there is another message that the subconscious sends to your mind, because it exactly knows that when your mind is present and when it is absent. So here what's happening, you are choosing this particular combination to discipline your body, mind and soul. Now here, to put it in the right alignation, if you give wrong kind of food during that period of your practice of your spiritual session, what happens is you are contradicting what exactly you're wanting. This will distort your frequency. Your intake is wrong, you're feeding your mind something else, you're feeding your body something else, and you're feeding your stomach something else. Whatever food we are taking in is again taking the form of thoughts. The kind of food you eat, the kind of thoughts they will trigger in your mind. So if you go for a particular combination to discipline your body, mind or soul, say a particular combination of meditation, dhyana, you're taking this method to discipline your mind, and you're taking Matsyasana to discipline your body. This particular combination will have a special impact on you, and it will take a special sort of fasting also. For example, you're doing it for a 3-day or a 6-day course. In that period of time, you will not be allowed to eat all sort of junk foods, because this will again go against, on one side you're disciplining your mind, on one side you're disciplining your body, and you're giving it the wrong food and you're not giving it the spiritual food. Now when I say this spiritual food, people ask me that what do you mean by spiritual food? Does it mean that you can't eat non-veg and you can't eat all sort of food which is called impure? No, absolutely not. When I say spiritual food, it doesn't mean that you have to take out veg or non-veg out of your life, or say certain kind of juices you can take, or you cannot take alcohol. When I say spiritual food, it means that you have to divorce junk food from the real food. It doesn't matter if you're eating non-veg or veg. It should suit your body and it should suit your mind, because this is a process. Say for example, you are choosing Matsyasana and combining this with visualizing meditation. If you go for say sound meditation, if you're meditating on a particular sound and you're going for a particular kind of yogasana, you're combining for example say Padmasana with sound meditation, that will have a different kind of impact. Now with this, suppose you choose to eat chips and burger, this will have a different kind of impact, and this will send very mixed and confused signals to your brain. You're feeding your mind with something else, you're feeding your body with something else, and you're feeding your stomach with something else. This will go completely wrong. I caution people, especially when youngsters, what they do is, for example, they have a particular craze for a particular kind of, I want to go for meditation, I want to go for say a particular kind of yogasana, I want to practice and I want to achieve something. Here what they do is, in the process, they edit out the food part. They think that is not that important, or what they do is they go for extremes, like they will leave non-veg completely. They will if they are used to, and if they are already vegetarian, they'll cut off oil and they'll cut off ghee completely. No, you're not supposed to cut off ghee at all. You can cut off oil to an extent, but ghee is a must, but in a particular amount, depending on your physical activity, depending on the duration, which gradually increases of the yogasana. And suppose a person wants to do only, say, visual meditation without any yogasana, then the food, the diet of your body will be completely different. The diet has to be very moderate, suiting your mind, because that is doing the main work here. Food that you take is directly proportional to the thoughts that your mind is producing. So the food has to be right, that will go in the direction you want to discipline your mind and set it in a particular path. So what you have to do is cut out certain kind of food depending on how much physical activity you're doing, and do not underestimate the activity of the mind.